All right, it is May 17th, 2025, and this is the garden tour of the week. So, Stein Garden and Gifts had a geranium sale, so I kind of just was like, why not? They were $1 each. I bought 18, so now we have a full 20. The two that we already had are rather large, though, so these are babies. But now I have a full spread in front of my bedroom window, and these little guys are filling out good in the front, probably a little bit more robust than the last time I took an update. And those 3 geraniums in the back will fill out. One, and then these 2 are bicolored, really pretty, white in the center, pink on the outside. Geraniums, these are just some mixed things, dahlias, marigolds, and snapdragons from the garden center and from what I seeded downstairs in the basement this winter. More plants. That's a dahlia, and then some petunias. That dahlia I grew from seed. This is the geranium that my mom always overwinters. I bought it for her, I think 2 years ago, maybe 3. I think it's probably 2. If I go back and watch my videos, I could tell you for sure. But this has white flowers, so it'll be very bright and fun once everything starts popping. Come on, Sel. Come on, Sel. More flowers, obviously. Another dahlia set with some petunias, thyme, rosemary. That's my apple tree. It's getting pretty good now. This will be melons. I did seed some, they're called Minnesota midget cantaloupes, but I forgot to drill holes in the bottom of this planter, so it was waterlogged, and I'm pretty sure that those seeds rotted out. So I drilled holes. Don't have time to reorder those seeds, so I planted they're like a baby-sized watermelon. I forget the name. It'll come back to me later, but whatever. There's little mini watermelons that are going to trellis up this. This is my green stalk. There will be changes next video because there's radishes, peas, a few other things that I'm going to pull and just seed some bush beans in here. But there's flowers, herbs, all sorts of stuff, pepper. There's a patio tomato plant down there. I'm sorry for the background noise. My neighbor is also doing yard work. So the rose garden is coming along. The roses are getting bigger. We did pull up, there's a perennial back there, and there's a giant one here. We dug it up and replanted it elsewhere in the yard, multiple parts, so we basically split it into like 6 parts. But I went and got a new popcorn drift rose, so those are all ground cover roses. The other 2, I want to say it's either yellow, white, so yellow or white for one of them, and then the other one is peach colored, and that's a red one that I just bought. And then these roses, this one I believe is apricot with like a rose kiss on it, like a red kiss. And then there's a yellow, I want to say a pink and a red. I know that one in the far back is red. I can't remember. I'll have to look at my videos from last year. My pepper plant is coming back. More geraniums, strawberries, petunias, and a dahlia. More potted things. This is exciting, okay? So I seeded these pansies down in the basement like in January probably. But I just noticed this today. There's a petunia on it, and it's so cute. So I should probably turn this so I can see it, so it faces me, but whatever. It's cute. I was very proud because I seeded that myself. It's like a mama moment when you see your plants from seed come to life. Flower baskets are really popping. Another geranium, more flowering pots. Come on, Sel. Another geranium. These are both, white geraniums, and then obviously the flower. This was a plant that I had in a hang basket and the deer ate, so we're rescuing it in a little pot inside the fence. Come on, Sel. Same with that little guy. Valen painted this pot last year, so I think she did. But another rescue, and then plants, geraniums. This was my rescue lilac bush, and it's really coming to life now, so it'll get its home probably in fall, I think, would be the best time to plant it once it's really more thriving. I'm glad because it looked like a stick when you know, I thought it was dead, so it came back to life. That's a good thing I didn't toss it. And then here is the green stalk original. There's all sorts of stuff. I keep harvesting this lettuce and it just keeps bouncing back to an enormous size. Like you can see, I've been harvesting it and it just keeps getting bigger and bigger. It's enormous. It's delicious and enormous. So cilantro, if anybody needs cilantro, got a lot of it. More lettuce. There's mint, peppers, tomato, pate tomato plant, marigolds. And if you don't remember, there used to be an orange and a lemon tree, and this was like the emergency room area for it. Well, the lilac bush is doing well. These have been moved to the intensive care unit, which is the side of the garage next to the smoker. I don't know if they're gonna make it, but at least they'll have less direct sun. They're still green on them, and when I kind of scratch the basically the root kind of area and the bark, it's green underneath, so I know it's still alive and I don't have the heart to throw it away. There's a lot of green there, just not a lot of leaves, and they look pretty sad. So we'll just see what happens. I've had these trees for 5 years, I want to say, at least, and I just hope they come back, but whatever. If they don't, at least I tried. Wisconsin isn't really intended for citrus plants, but I've babied them and brought them up and downstairs in winter, so we'll see what happens. Come on, Stilly Bear. Come on. Come on, honey. All right, Potato Alley. So they're all popping now. And I just kind of held them up by adding more soil, but these look a lot different than they did the last video. Everything has growth. Even that one that I was like, I'm not sure. Here's the view of the rose garden. It will be really pretty once everything has blooms. It's kind of nice that I got that new one because it's like a little tease now. These are Romas and a whole bunch of herbs and marigolds, and I did seed some basil, so that'll be coming up in there, and there are nasturtiums in back. Yeah, those are going to be nasturtiums, so they'll provide color behind the tomatoes, and they also kind of attract the bad pests that you don't want. Whoops. More tomatoes. There is a zucchini plant coming up there, and I probably planted it a little too close, but whatever, we'll just see what happens. Those were beets, and the deer ate them because they're jerks, so we'll just put something else back there. And that is, it's like a blackish purplish tomato, kind of 2 inches wide it says, so those should be pretty good. And then this is just kind of like a cherry tomato. You can see the tag, I bought that one, but they're like those little mini ones that just come off in like 20 tomato chunks. Come on, Sel. Just walk to the front. No more flowers on the flowering pear tree. Come on, baby. These little planters are popping a bit more. Apple trees. I know the deer tried to get in here, so I had to re-zip tie these cages. They tried to like manhandle their way through them, which was kind of funny to see the next morning, but they did not get my apple trees, which was great. Planter in front looks pretty good. These big snapdragons are really popping now. Stella, what are you smelling? And I know that the deer were trying to go through there because I saw little divots, deer hoof divots, but they could not get through my Fort Knox. Come on, honey. Planter. All right. Those are just a bunch of perennials that will look cool once they flower. And a dandelion that has went to seed. Lovely. Again, another rescued lilac that is doing better than the one in back. This is not dead. It's a hibiscus. It just needs some time. They usually start coming to life towards the end of May, early June, and then it's really going to pop towards fall. I mean, July is when they really flower. All right, vegetable garden. Roma. This is another cherry tomato. Roma, eggplant. That's a yellow tomato that looks like a heart. We've gone through this, so I'm not going to give you all the details too much. That's the early girl tomato, so it's kind of like a slicer. It's getting pretty big. So I think the last time I took a video, it was kind of at level with the bottom rung. So now it's almost reaching the second rung. And then that is like a gold nugget cherry tomato. So it's like a little yellow cherry tomato. And that one got quite big too. It's almost halfway to the second rung. And then peppers. There are actually peppers on here. Not sure if you can see. Yeah. This is called the Big Jim, I think. Yeah, Big Jim. It's like a red sweet pepper. And then, yeah, I think you can see it. There's a bell under there, if you can see that. Kind of. I don't know. When I'm wiggling, yeah, you can see it there. So we're already getting fruits, which is exciting. And then I'm gonna have to go through this and pull out some of these, but these are the dragon egg cucumbers coming up. I didn't too heavily seed these because they're a prized commodity. So those will be beautiful going up that trellis. And then these are just those straight A slicer cucumbers, and I overseeded them, so I have to go through and thin that. It's a little heavy. Flower pots. This is kind of cool. I forget what they're called, but they look really neat. It's kind of like a cross between a succulent and a flower. Calibrachoa, I think it's called. Forgive me on the pronunciation. Oops, sorry. Forgive me on the pronunciation. I'm not sure, but they're cool. I'll take a closer shot when I'm over there. All right. That is a pretty cool little thing. My sister got that for my mom for Mother's Day, and it's really neat how it twirls. Really pretty. And then the lilac bushes are really coming to life. That was that one that almost was like nothing before, really thriving. The white one, it was flowering a little bit more, but now it's just leafing, which I'm glad because it needs to preserve its energy and just build some strength. That one's flowering, the little baby one. That one is no longer flowering. It is not dying, I promise. It's just no longer flowering. And then, yeah, there are hibiscus coming up. So there's hibiscus rootstock here, and it's green. So I saw little shoots coming out of it earlier. I just have to move the wood chips around. Come on, still. There's another hibiscus behind the yellow one, and another hibiscus. Where was it? Right here. So it's coming up. But all in all, things are looking nice. Oh, one other thing. I ordered some white hosta bare root plants, and they are coming up, so they're pretty cool. They turn white once they feather out a little bit. You can see they're a lot lighter than the other hostas, so it's a cute little accent. But yep, that is that. Garden tour over for this week. Have a great day, everybody.